I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. The Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
More cops should be around your neighborhood. Why do blacks have a broken family? White person were to come up and say, you know, black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time and needs to actually have enough.
Why would you?
Because it's true. When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous, there was less break-ins. Black America is worse than it has been
that
in the last 80 years. What percentage of young blacks have both a mom and a dad raising them? Of course we pander to blacks. They're in every TV commercial. And they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder, is she there because of her excellence, or is she there because of affirmative action? Things got worse since the Civil Rights Act. More violent, less fathers around, poorer.
Why are we making racist jokes?
Look, it's a comedian that was put up on stage.
Yeah,
what do you expect? But I mean, man, can you take a joke?
You should be kissing the ground with gratitude, because you're right. You are not in Africa, and you should be thankful you're not in Africa. Certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration. It's now become a racial complaining day. BLM, and remember what BLM stands for: burn, loot, and murder. America is poorer today than before we tried to start to help them. Black women married the government and divorced the men that they were once with.
Happy Juneteenth. It should not be a federal holiday.
Half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crime. They commit more murders. They commit more arsons. They commit more kidnappings. It's not a profiling when it comes to that. Blacks are far more likely to commit crimes than any other group. See a black pilot, you wonder, boy, is that person there because they earned it or because they were placed there? When blacks in America did not have the same rights they had today, they were less murderous.
Death toll likely would not have been as high if it wasn't for DEI.
Black culture has collapsed the last 60 years. Systemic racism stuff is a bunch of rubbish. Instead, it's systemic bad choices.
Do you feel that systemic racism isn't real?
Of course not. What do you feel about the black community receiving reparations?
I'm against that, yeah.
With the George Floyd protests,
Riots.
we have a supply and demand issue with racism in our country. We have an incredibly low supply of racism and an incredible demand to try to fulfill it. So we've created racism where it doesn't exist.
When I was being schooled, we have spent an entire month on slavery. Totally get it. Terrible thing. But we spent so little time on the brilliance of the founders and what they've created. And
Is it about contemplating the good, the true, and the beautiful, or is it about being a gangbanger and trying to get as much money and sleep with as many girls? It's time for us to stop listening to rap music and this degenerate hip-hop stuff.
Can you clarify your definition of critical race theory?
Call everything racist till you control it. And we decided to basically usher in the Civil Rights Act as a new anti-racist dogma creed. And I find something fundamentally wrong with that.
What would you say is the biggest non-issue that people make out to be a massive issue?
Okay, great. So I would say, it's not a surprise what I would say. Racism.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
About half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders. They commit more arsons. They commit more kidnappings. For example, blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Okay, let's talk about it. These are obviously racist claims, but I will respond to them as if Charlie Kirk were a reasonable person.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
About half of all prisoners are black.
Wrong. Just 38% of America's prison population is black. That's according to the U.S. government. But it makes you wonder why Charlie feels the need to add an additional 12% to the black prison population. Could it be because his bigoted talking points only work if he exaggerates them? If Charlie were actually looking for the race that makes up half the prison population in the U.S., he'd look no further than white people at 57%.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do.
Wrong. The word "so" is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
So blacks commit more crimes.
He's saying "so" as in therefore, as in one could conclude, but Charlie knows he's lying. Even if he hadn't just lied about the black prison population, Charlie is smart enough to know that correlation does not equal causation, but he's hoping that you don't know that. So he deploys the word "so" to make you think he's coming to an obvious conclusion.
So blacks
Instead, he's making an illogical, racist leap. Charlie knows that we don't have usable data about who commits crimes. It's impossible to have that data since so many crimes go both unreported and or unsolved. Charlie knows that we only have data about arrests and convictions. I'll come back to that data in a moment. What's painfully obvious is that Charlie Kirk isn't interested in understanding the statistics he so carelessly misquotes. He's interested in making bad faith arguments. Something that becomes even more obvious in his next point.
Blacks are 13% of the population and they commit 58% of all the murders.
Wrong again, and loud this time. If Charlie were interested in honesty, he would have mentioned the other 1350 statistic. Yes, black people are about 13% of the population, but make up 53% of all criminal exonerations. In fact, black people make up 55% of all murder exonerations specific. Black people are more likely than any other group in this country to be convicted of crimes they did not commit. And then people like you have the nerve to parade these stats around as though they prove something. And the reality is that you probably know these stats, but you leave them out on purpose. Because to bring that stat into this conversation would make some people think. And that's the last thing a person like you wants.
From the crackle of ancient...
I thank you, Street Media TV, for this, because this is who Stephen A. Smith is defending. This is C. Marty Fitt. This is who the dark-skinned Stevens from Django are crying about. A man that talks shit about them. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is who Dr. Umar is cooning after. A white devil who talks shit and lie. A Christian. All these Charlie Kirk supporters are going on and on and on about him being Christian. So he was a liar. He was an obvious liar.
And ice in the south to the colorful deserts of the north.
Last thing a person like you wants.
An obvious liar. And even with the murder stats that he pointed out, that's a lie. But those murders would be confined primarily in the black community. It would be intra-racial murder. It would be black men killing black men killing black women killing black men, black women killing black women. This devil, Charlie Kirk, was a devil. He was a liar. He was a white devil. That's what he was. And yes, there are black devils. You know who's a black devil? That's Stephen A. Smith. He's a black devil. And devil means that you are a deceiver. You are a liar. You can run up and down the world and talk about you're a Christian. But when you peddle, are Christians supposed to lie? All you Caribbean coons crying over Charlie Kirk, or you African coons crying over Charlie Kirk, from what I just played, from what Street Media TV just uploaded, you are still defending a white devil like this? So if you are defending the white devil, then you are a black devil. This is who you are. You are a devil. You are a deceiver. You are a liar. This is who you are. You are defending a white devil, so that makes you a black devil. It's black devils defending white devil. This is who these people are. You are defending a man that constantly lied on your own people. Make it make sense. You dudes are finished out here. This is who you are. This is who you are. I don't even need to go any further than this. Black people en masse don't even live around white people, and white people are on all these social media. You blacks, 13%, 90% of all crime, 13%, 50% arson. Really, arson? I wouldn't even have to look it up. I know it. Please, arson. We know what arson is. Please, I'm gonna look it up later on. I really don't have to really. How many of them have been caught setting fires? And then it turned out to be white people. They set the fire, and then they turn around and report it and try to act like a hero. It's been white males that's been doing all these arsons, man. Y'all really, really, really need to stop this bullshit, man. It is black devils defending white devils. This is exactly what is going on. And I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, the great revealing is coming. It's coming. It's coming. This dude said that black women are every single... Listen, I'm not a black woman fan. But to sit here and to say every single last one of them are DEI hires, and this is... Come on, Stephen A., really? Stephen A., this is what y'all doing out here? Chisha Zed, the African, this what you doing out here? This what you doing? Y'all are done out here, man. You got this white man's dick so down your throat so bad. This is embarrassing for y'all, man. This is embarrassing. You chocolate buffoons. You dark-skinned black male chocolate buffoons. You are looking ridiculous out here, man. Y'all are looking moist as hell. And any one of you who want to defend Charlie, you can come see me physically anywhere in New York State. I mean this. I mean this. I'm not afraid of you. I am 6'1". I am 250 pounds. Well, a little bigger than that. I do push-ups every day. I lift weights every day. Just not on the Sabbath. Any one of you that want to run your mouth, I can meet you anywhere, anytime. Anywhere. You think somebody's afraid of you. I'm not advocating nothing. I'm saying there's a lot of you that are Steven. You are Steven from the Django Unchained. And you run your mouth and you light skins. This light skinned black man is not afraid of any one of you. Any one of you. I've told a whole bunch of you for years, if you're froggy, dude, you just get up here and leap. I am 6'1". I'm ready to go at any time. You dudes look weak as hell out here. You look weak as hell out here, crying over a white man that was constantly talking shit about black people. The plantation has never died, and Massa Charlie is your master.